Hello and welcome to day one of the week of blocking practice. Gonna be running into a casual lobby here in a moment, but before I do, since this is the very first video, I know we spent too much time in training mode last time, so we'll stay away from that. But I did want to say a couple of the things I did to get ready for this. So the first thing I did was I got through the entire tutorial, and this game's tutorial is quite good, but in addition to the tutorial, sometimes you're going to want to learn some additional things about your characters. So before going online and playing, I would suggest doing a little tiny basic amount of learning ahead of time. So the first thing is you want to check out your character's moves and movement. So their attacks, their basic attacks, what forms of movement they have. Can they dash? Can they double jump? Can they air dash? Do they have, special movement options through their moves? You're going to want to try to figure all of that stuff out, which also comes in the same as like special moves. A lot of time, if your character has a special movement option, it's going to be via a special move, such as Oleander's teleport is a movement option. So you can keep that in mind while you're trying to go through. So we're going to learn about our character's moves, our character's movement options, and then we're going to pick like a basic combo. So obviously I went through the advanced combos section of the tutorial that's in this. So far every basic thing that I've talked about is in this tutorial. They did a great job, I think. And we've got some basic bread and butter combos. They got an additional thing. In a lot of games there's like trials or challenges, and they basically show you progressively more difficult and, progressively better combos usually to do. And at the very least, you want to go through a few of those, get some intermediate combos or some, training mode combos down so that you can get like a basic idea of the flow of the game, because you do want to have, even if it's just ABC launcher, ABC ender, you want to have some basic combo that you can get a setup from, and that'll do it. And then the last thing is to have like a basic game plan. So after you know your character's special moves, you can come up with a basic idea. So for example, the character I'm going to be playing, Oleander, is a zoner. So she has things that she can do other than that, but her main quality is that she has a fireball that doesn't cost any resources to use. So my neutral plan is, at this point in time, going to be throw fireball, get biscuit. And if that biscuit gets slapped out of our mouths, we're going to try to figure out what happened and then adjust. Because neutral is going to take a long time to get good at. It's just the way it is, because neutral changes depending upon the character you're playing as, the character you're playing against, the game mechanics. So it's going to be a while before we're really good at that, even though it's super important. Then for attacking, right now, we're just going to go, like, our basic plan of attack is to watch what they do while blocking, and then adjust accordingly. And then finally, the thing we're focusing on is going to be blocking. And our game plan, also very simple right now. It's going to be hold down back, and see what our opponent does to make it so that down back doesn't work. And that's it. And that's going to be plenty, because I'm trying to learn a new game. I'm going to be trying to learn the matchup that we're playing against people. I'm going to be trying to explain what I'm thinking about while getting punched in the mouth. We'll see how that goes. And on top of all of that, we're going to be trying to be an active blocker. We're going to be trying to learn as we are in the process of blocking. That's a lot of stuff to think about. That's a lot of mental stack to worry about. I don't have time for neutral. Somebody's going to jump in on me and I'm going to get hit or not anti-air it or not even, or like be still blocking low. Like, I'm just not going to have enough mental space to think really fast about those things because I'm working on blocking, and that's okay. We're not here to win today. We're not here to do well today. We're here to get better today. And that is the plan. So we're going to start up a casual match. I know that there are some people, myself included, that I get kind of nervous, like especially playing a brand new game that I haven't played before, going in online for the first few times against people, come up with whatever excuse you want to. Oh, they don't deserve to have to play against somebody like me, or I'm not going to learn anything, or they're not going to learn anything, or whatever your excuse is. I'm right there with you. I do this, but you can't. Like, no matter... I'm a big Johnny. Basically, I like Magic the Gathering, and that's a reference. I love training mode. Training mode is my stomping ground. I love coming up with cool techniques and coming up with cool new things and figuring stuff out. But you're never going to get good at blocking by blocking a recording in training mode. You're never going to get good at blocking an actual person in an actual match by recording 3 different ways that somebody can do a block string and then putting them on random repeat. Because it doesn't teach you to play against the player. And that's a big part of the learning process of our blocking that we're going to be doing. We're going to press down back against this first person once we finally queue up for something. And they're going to make a choice on how to stop us from holding down back and getting out of their pressure. And each player makes a different choice. Some players are going to use an overhead. Some players are going to use a cross-up. Some players are going to use a throw or a command throw. Some players are going to just try to reset their pressure a bunch because they're looking for you to push a button and they're trying to catch you with a stagger. There's so many different ways, and oftentimes a player is going to have a tendency to pick, 1 to 2 of those as their mix-up. It's either going to be high-low or front-back or low-throw, and once you know that, you can start guessing a whole lot better against these players because you get an idea of their tendencies. So that's what we're going to be looking for as we go through here. We're going to be trying to see what our opponent does and learn based upon what our opponent does. So we're not just learning how to block, like a training mode session. We're actually learning how to block against a real person trying to open us up who may or may not be super good at the game yet. I mean, hopefully not. 10 plus hours played, ranked chocolate. They're actually slightly below us on... I went to the basic past the blocking or past chocolate rank, which is like the super ultra noob rank. I played a few matches so that I have a prayer of being able to do what I would like to do in these videos, which is have enough wherewithal while I'm playing that I can actually talk about blocking. Oh, and we're going to be talking about it all day. Full screen blocking here. Velvet wants to get away from us. Yep, there it is. And she has a lot of tools to do that, because she is better at range than we are. But she is not any better at all than we are at close range. In fact, she's probably a little bit worse. Oh, that was supposed to be a sweep. Oh, nice. Tried to reset our pressure there, and she caught us. So she's mashing a little bit, although she was mashing at a good location to mash, so... And she's also just not blocking a lot. Oh, okay, I thought I was going to catch that. That was too fast on the fireball. I'm jumping a lot because she has a full screen low that's pretty unreactable. And so that, instead of blocking, is kind of my strategy. All of those jump Bs were supposed to be jump fireballs there. I'm just bad. Oop, she got us. Okay, so we're going to try to jump this, throw a fireball, teleport behind, and duff her. Alright, perfect. We came up with a plan, and it was throw fireball, get biscuit. So, again, she did something that I think we can jump over last time. Yeah. And she tried to push a button there. Oh, okay, we messed up our combo, but it kind of worked out. So you can see our opponent is not being an active blocker. Okay, what can you do that makes me actually not want to block low there? That was, again, supposed to be a sweep. Maybe I can just stop putting sweep into my combos there for a minute. And I think we can just kind of like... Yeah. Get a bunch of meter. Throw this. Throw... Oh, nice instant block. Throw a bunch of fireballs. She's not really doing much about Like, she's not making a big obstacle course for us to get through right now, so we can kind of, like, move forward, block, kind of bulldog, move forward, block. Okay, can we... Oh, not if we drop it. And again... There we go. Alright, so you saw that we saw she was just going to block, because we threw out a couple of frame traps there. She didn't do anything. She's happy to down block. We got to stop that. Go for an overhead. Overhead to finish the round is the classic. Alright, so there's going to be a lot of full screen blocking, and maybe not a whole lot of, like, mix-up close range blocking against this player, and I think that's probably okay. Speaking of, we're just going to down back on round start here. Okay. Oh man, she's got a really good backdash. Let's read. Oh, okay. I was trying to get above that. Okay, we're gonna block, teleport in, and immediately drop our combo. Oh, that was again supposed to be a sweep. Wow, I am bad at the sweep. So I'm playing on a pad with the analog stick, and down, forward, and down are really close to each other, and there's no indication of which one you're doing, so... Oh, we actually got the link? The overhead into jab there is a very tight link, and we are not good enough at it to get it consistently yet. Alright, so again, we're full screen. We're just going to block. Okay, she missed. We can go forward. Looks like we might even be invincible to that move while jumping. I'm not sure. Certainly we can push a button. No. After we block it. Okay. I'm not sure if that's unsafe or if they're just not pushing a button there. They just tried to reversal us. It didn't work. They are just refusing to block. And that's fine. So since we see that they're refusing to block here, what I'm actually probably going to do is do like a jump in C, which is like my biggest starter, when I get a knockdown here. Up. Okay, we got it, but it's actually such a big amount of hit stop that I wasn't ready for how long I have to wait before I push a button. She's going to learn to block that cross-up. Alright, so, again, we're just going to block. Okay, she's not actually throwing it out because she sees we're blocking and she knows that she loses her turn. Is that unsafe? It just looks unsafe. And our opponent has yet to successfully block it. Nope. Oh. That was definitely unsafe. That was like a... That was like a launcher, and all the launchers are unsafe. So even though I don't know a lot about Velvet, except for like a tiny little bit, I played like 3 or 4 matches against a Velvet earlier when I was playing online, what I've learned is that my character's weaknesses are often similar to other characters' weaknesses. So if my overhead is blocked, I can be punished for it. So if other people throw an overhead at me and I block it, I'm going to try to push a button. Same thing with my launcher. I think my launcher can also be, like, blocked, or it can also be crouched. So we have to worry about that. Nice. Throw fireball. Get biscuit. Oh, okay. She went backdash away and pushed a button again. So again, still kind of just like... Oh. Nice. We're just kind of learning as we go here. So we like to jump a lot. Oleander can kind of do this because she's got a double jump. You can see we're baiting buttons by double jumping backwards. Oh man, we did a sweep. Progress. So yeah, our opponent isn't putting us into a lot of really big strings. Oh, nice block though. Oh, I just did something I probably shouldn't be doing yet. Okay, we just saw that they're trying to push a button at the same spot again. So, we're going to try to frame trap that. We're going to try to stagger some pressure so that if they're pushing a button, they're just going to get hit. No, you must block. Getting lucky with those confirms. I have magic, I didn't need to do that. Does this kill? Not quite. I think we missed some of our super there because they were too high off the ground, so that's something to think about. So we didn't have to do much blocking in that round. We were pretty much just abusing the fact that our opponent isn't blocking. And you can kind of see how important it is to be able to block, right? Because even though she's a better character in neutral than we are, if we get in on her once, that was supposed to be a fireball. So was that. We're gonna get there, I swear it. There we go. That is not your anti-air. That is super unsafe. So I think she thought she could push a button there, but we have really big buttons. And she didn't confirm that hit. We kind of messed up there. Again. Nice. I've punished that like a million times. I'm assuming that that's minus or punishable on block, which is why I'm doing that. Whoop. We deserve this. Okay, what can our opponent do? I wanted to super there, but I didn't get it. So you can see we can jump forward and then hold back, and that stops her from being able to mix us up, although she brought us to the ground there first, which was good. And then went for it. Okay, she's kind of doing the same thing, which is this overhead, right? Okay, I tried to block high a few times to bait it, because I assumed that if we block the overhead we can punish. But she never did it again, so we were just kind of baiting something that never happened. And again, we haven't been able to block a whole lot of like big jump-in pressure. Like my big hope was to block like if we blocked a jump-in into low, I'd be pretty thrilled, because that's progress. But first of all, we're going to have to deal with this player, and that means blocking the round start sweep and the that overhead that goes like half screen that she likes to shoot there. Okay, she's found a button. So back to blocking low and seeing what they're going to make us do about it. We're just going to grab some magic. Okay, our opponent was actually ready for that. Nice. We're going to jump and grab some more magic. Oh, we weren't blocking low there. That just looks unsafe, and they have yet to block afterwards. We also have noticed that our opponent is not throwing a lot of anti-airs out. Now, it was a frame trap, because we expected our opponent to push a button there, and they did. Okay, nice. Was able to roll out there. And again, we're just blocking low and seeing what our opponent's going to do to make us stop blocking low. And the answer is chip. But since we had a stock of magic there, we were actually able to very temporarily out-zone the zoning character of this game. Okay. Is our opponent going to block low? Is they going to block high? No, but they didn't do anything. Like, they tried to push a button afterwards or something. Let's have them block high this time. Nice, they did. And that time they tried to push a button, and it wasn't their turn. So you can kind of see how, like, just sitting there and blocking and figuring out what your opponent is doing. Being an active blocker would be making it so that this Velvet would just be blocking, right? Oh, see the jump, block high, expect the low afterwards. That's the common option. I haven't done anything crazy yet, right? I've done like 2 overheads in 4 games. Okay, maybe like 4 overheads in 4 games. But the point is, I'm not using that option a lot, and my opponent is just getting hit by not blocking, right? Choosing to not block. So that time I used the fireball to make my opponent want to block for a second, which she did, and I used that as cover to get like all the way across the entire screen by dashing forward with a special type of dash called a wave dash that we'll deal with later. Okay, blocked the whole thing. We're gonna go high this time. Okay, and she actually caught us. Nice. We're going to just jump over that and grab some magic. I'm okay with that. Been a while since I did that, hasn't it? Again, tried to roll back and push a button because her character's better at range than mine is, but we just saw that, read it. Okay, I thought that a cool combo thing was going to happen there, but I'm not good enough to do that yet. Okay, we're going to just back off. Okay, and our opponent is mashing there, so we're going to try to frame trap that. Okay, block low, jump, block low, get magic. Throw 2 fireballs, see what our opponent does. Block. Alright, you see, we blocked. Oh, nice, she blocked that. No! You had it! Oh man, that was pretty close. Just gonna 5B round start. Okay, she actually blocked on round start. Nice! Learning? Learning? Grab magic. Throw fireball. Okay, block the low. Jumped over the low. Nice. Okay, that time we did a cheeky little thing, because our opponent is starting to block a little bit, which is good. Okay, but after that, our opponent is trying to push a button when it is just absolutely not our opponent's turn. I'm not sure why yet. Okay, nice. I tried to do jab, jab, and then do a reset into more jabs, and our opponent was still mashing, so I still need to just do more frame traps, right? That's the answer here. Nice! Our opponent blocked the whole thing, and I was trying to stagger stuff. Oh, and they dropped their combo. Alright, we're both due. Died with 3 meter. Our opponent hasn't used any supers yet. I wonder if they know how to do that. So, it would be good for them to do. I think they're using their magic. I think the snowflakes require magic. And so, they are doing that. But I haven't seen them like get a hit and then just like confirm it. They're just really trying to zone out, and they don't really know what to do other than like pokes. They don't seem to have a combo, and you can see that that's also like a significant part of their game that's missing. That that was supposed to be a sweep. That is making it so that we are winning more games than we probably have any right to. And we got 3 magic. And hit her in the face. Ooh, okay. Oh, she actually crouched the fireball. She does seem to realize it's not her turn after that. Okay, we just blocked low, and our opponent didn't show us anything that made us want to stop doing that. Ow. Okay, gonna block low on wake up because our opponent has a full screen low. And they just don't seem to know how to pressure well enough to really deter me from pushing a button there. Oh, nice. Okay, the rolled out. That was a good rollout. Nice instant block. So one of the things that we didn't talk about in the blocking guide is that if you instant block an attack, it will usually make it so that you don't take chip damage, which is the incremental damage that you take from blocking most special attacks. And they didn't realize that we were winning, and so they let the timeout go with us winning. They needed to go in there, but they just didn't realize it. So instant blocking those... Nice, I didn't know that would hit from full screen, or from round start. Interesting. So she kind of has like a pseudo round start mix-up, although I imagine that we beat both of them if we just 5B at round start ourselves, so we're just going to teleport. Okay, I saw her moving back and tried to go for a low there. Just going to sweep. Yeah. So, let's see what our opponent does if we jump in. High-low. Oh, they roll out. Okay, good to know. They've done that a couple of times, right? We need to pay attention to that and do something about it. So, back to our blocking. Let's see. We're kind of just jumping over it because we have good air mobility. But we can also bulldog. Oh, thought we had to confirm there. Oh, I tried to block that high, but I was too slow. Okay, that was punishable. We could have done something there. That, I think, was a whiff punish. Nice.
You're dumb. You lost, and you're dumb. Oleander wins.
But yeah, a bunch of things, especially push block, have some other mechanics that we haven't really gone over yet. So one of the things that's cool with push block is that... well, let's go over some other things we didn't talk about. So the first thing that happens is that push block gives you an additional 25 frames, so almost half a second of block stun on top of whatever the move was originally going to do. So if we start push blocking a move, we're in block stun for longer than normal. But we also get some interesting benefits. The first one is that we also usually take less chip damage, or in this game I believe it gives you red health, which is recoverable if you don't get hit for a while. It gives you red health. And so instead of taking real damage, we'll be taking, on multiple hits of projectiles, we'll instead be taking recoverable health. And I think at lower hit points, we are taking... Oh, okay, we confirmed a hit and then we were too slow on the combo. So that's another thing that makes push blocking really good. So sometimes you can try to like chip a character out. Nice. Oh, and we picked a button that just wasn't going to hit there. And push blocking helps you to not get chipped out. And so that's another cool thing. There's also a couple of additional things that happen during that 25 additional frames of block stun that happen when you push block a move. Oop. And the first one is that normally when a character hits you, they will move away a little bit. So they will get bounced away. After a push block animation, during that amount, that hits from further away than I think I have to block. No. I wanted that to be a sweep. Anyway, so after our... after we push block something, if our opponent hits us again while we're still in that 25 frames of blocking animation, they won't get pushed back anymore, or they'll get pushed back a whole lot less than normal. And that's because that 25 frames of blocking sort of has the downside. You get the plus side up front, which is you get further away from your opponent while they're doing pressure, but you also get the downside, which is that anything else that they do during that time is going to keep them close to you. Oh, we were too far away for that, confirm. And again, that's one thing we can learn about. So she actually has like a... That is spooky, isn't it? Oh, tried to instant block that just to show that it couldn't chip us out there, but we got chipped out. So that's another thing we talked about. I didn't even get to in the 43 minutes of talking about blocking. Up. Also, a lot of times, and I believe in this game as well. Okay, I thought that the neutral jump would catch that, but it did not. Okay, we're gonna block. Block. Grab some magic. Another interesting thing about that 25 frames of animation after a push block like this is if you're blocking low and then you change to high blocking, you'll actually get into a mode called Absolute Guard, and so it will block both highs and lows while you're in that 25 frames of push block animation. And like you can't get opened up that way, which is awesome. And we have slowly bulldogged our way in. And got the link. We did not need to do that link. We probably shouldn't have done that link, if we're being honest. That looked punishable. I think that was the launcher. Did we go too high? Lol. That whole thing missed. Okay, maybe I needed to like throw another fireball first, and that would have helped us out. Okay, our opponent has no magic to do that to us again. There we go. Alright, we got lucky. We're playing against somebody that I can actually kind of talk while we're doing this. So we sort of explained a little bit about blocking that we weren't able to in the original, because that's like some additional kind of nuanced stuff that you're going to learn about. So let's go back to focusing on blocking for maybe like 2 more matches, and then we'll probably call it. Maybe just this will be the last match. Let's do this as the last match and really try to focus on any time we have to do blocking. Okay, our opponent backed off. And we're going to try to get 2 magic meters. Our opponent hasn't really shown a good way for them to deal... Oh, and we tried to catch that, but we failed. But unfortunately, our opponent hasn't really stopped us from being able to press down block too much, except for with the occasional overhead. And they haven't been able to stop us from jumping a lot. Just jump forward block seems to be pretty strong against this player. So we're doing it a lot. Although we could do... Okay, I backdashed there because I expected the roll out of the corner. I'm going to try to grab it. Ah, okay. So you can grab the end of throw recovery in this game. Or of roll recovery in this game. But we missed the timing. I don't know exactly what it is. So I went for something that I couldn't quite do yet. Okay, we're going to get some magic. Threaten the... Okay, our opponent's trying to scrap a little bit now. I think they're realizing, like, they need to get in. That's good. It didn't work out for them because they're not very practiced at it, it seems. But that recognition is very important. So, I'm just going to 5B round start. And again, I'm not very good at getting the confirm afterwards, so that's something to work on. But we're not on the week of getting confirms. We're on the week of doing really unsafe launchers. Of blocking. We're gonna... Oh, thought we were gonna get above that. We're happy to hold down back there. Oh, that was supposed to be a sweep. We will get there. I didn't even block that. That wasn't even like a block low. That was just like held neutral, got hit. So we still haven't like really recognized that situation yet. Oh, that was bad. So we still haven't like recognized that situation yet where our opponent is in that range where they have the opportunity to throw a like high-low mix-up at us from pretty far away. So that's definitely like the thing that we want to work on most here. But let's see if we can chip our opponent out. Yeah! So our opponent doesn't know that if they push blocked that, they would have survived. And I think that we'll end on that, actually. So, if they had just push blocked that whole thing, they would not have gotten chipped out there. That super damage, even though they blocked it, was enough to kill them. So, I think that this is a pretty good first day of blocking training, and maybe we'll be able to play against a more aggressive opponent that needs to get in and mix us up more next time, and we can start really working on our own up-close mix-up blocking, because this opponent didn't really ever deter us too much from blocking low. Even when they hit us with the overhead, I am sure you get a full combo off of that, and they just didn't do it. So it never really disincentivized us from blocking low, even though we were getting hit by the overhead occasionally, because we just weren't taking a punish from it other than a single hit. So just a bunch of interesting little things, and I think that even though we didn't block a high and a low today, there was a lot of interesting, cool block interactions that we were able to go through, and we'll try to find some more tomorrow. I hope to see you there.